Greetings and salutations, good friends, and welcome to Blades in Paradise. My name is Dr. Winston Thoreau, and I will be your guide to the perils and pleasures of our paradise amidst the post-apocalyptic Pacific Northwest. Now, we'll get to the chicanery and shenanigans momentarily, but before we do, allow me to deliver some news. Blades in Paradise is an actual play podcast run in John Harper's Blades in the Dark. We are proud to have been selected for the Evil Hat Games Creator Program. Bard Rock Network is sponsored by Dragon Master Games. Visit DragonMasterGames.com for all your CCG, TCG, TTRPG, and miniature game needs. If you enjoy the stories we tell, you can tip us on Ko-fi or visit us at patreon.com/bardrockcafe. By sponsoring the network, you not only help us provide an ever-expanding library of shows, but gain access to bonus content, the network Discord, exclusive booster game nights, and roles on our booster bonus table. Now, without further delay, allow me to introduce you to my cohorts Lizzie, Sterling, and Max, the crew of ESPN. Enjoy.
Blades in Paradise is a dystopian story intended for adults. These stories intentionally address challenging topics that might not be suitable for all ears. This campaign includes content warnings for gun violence, child endangerment, animal cruelty, unintentional misgendering of a non-binary person, substance use, and graphic descriptions of injuries, including the eyes. Listener discretion is advised.
Hello, welcome back to Blades in Paradise. This definitely isn't the third attempt to record this episode.
Second.
Oh, no, we made 2 attempts last week.
Oh, that's right, I forgot.
Anyway, I'm Paul, the Blades Daddy for Campaign 1. I was going to say stuck at Anthony Birch, but I'm told that Anthony Birch is no longer the GM of the Dungeons & Daddies podcast. Will Campos, you and I are okay for now. Anyway, I took off 1 week for bronchitis, and apparently the inmates took the asylum to a whole new zip code.
I tried to stop them, but they're just too powerful.
You didn't try very hard.
Not very hard at all, no.
It's fine. To be fair, I never try that hard. This may, however, be the last session of the campaign, so for now, let's see the suicidal scoundrels of ESPN.
Dr. Winston Thoreau, where did you go? We've got to get to court now. Oh, Dr. Winston T, where could you be? It's time for Bennie's trial now. You know we've got a case we've got to win, so Winston, be ready for your act. Don't hold back. And Winston, dude, if you'll come through, you'll give those vamps a heart attack. Bump, 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 bump. Dr. Winston T, if you could see the trouble that we are in. We might have just attacked and made real mad the evil big bad villain. Well, hi everyone. I'm Jim, he, him, and I play Dr. Winston Thoreau, also he, him, who is the whisper of the group and who was notably and not conspicuously at all absent from our previous endeavor. Fun fact about Winston is that he absolutely despises being late. It is something that he considers to be a mortal character flaw. You should give yourself enough time to get to where you need to get to. If you have an appointment, you should hold on to it, or you should at the very least provide proper notice in the event that you are unable to do so. He was late to 1 appointment that he had previously set up, and not only did he apologize profusely, but he also sent an inedible arrangement to them afterwards.
Before Justin goes, future Riley and or Dami, please isolate that song and so I can make it a TikTok to advertise our podcast. And Jim, because you wrote an entire Scooby-Doo parody, have a bonus die for this episode, should you actually need to roll things.
Thank you so much. I was busy when we were waiting last week. So go for Justin.
We're ready.
We're ready.
Hello, my name is Justin. I play the level-headed and responsible member of the party. That would be Maximilian Graves, otherwise known as Joseph Dunman. I am a smartly dressed, completely sane, elderly gentleman, very dapper, and my love for everyone is limitless. And I love everyone, especially Paul.
I love you guys too. Now, I need to point out, the only reason it's technically correct that you said you played the level-headed member of the party is because you've also played Shadow.
That's true.
Best boy.
Best boy ever.
I don't know if that's going to come out before or after this episode, but look forward to it if it isn't out yet. Go back to it if it is.
If you missed last episode, it was all about Victor V. Vulture, the vaudeville ventriloquist, virtual virtuoso of vociferous verbosity, vexatiously vocalizing at the Valhalla Variety venue.
I only give away one bonus die per episode, sorry.
Wow.
Nice try, though.
My alliteration sucks!
You should have saved it.
I'm just wondering how he was able to do that with a very little tongue slippage and as fast as he did.
That's what she said.
Well, I am a she last time I checked. Hi, I'm Queenie, she, her, and I play Lizzie Calhoun, also she, her, along with my trusty companion, Shadow. And I guess, since we're doing Scooby-Doo, I'm Shaggy and Scooby?
Huh, that makes sense.
That tracks, yeah.
As everybody knows, I dearly love guns. And no matter what Paul throws at me, I will always at least have one gun on me, hidden somewhere.
Yes, in your palm of your hand, literally.
Your arm is a literal gun.
Yeah, when Lizzie entered the gun show, she misunderstood the instructions.
You're more gun than person at this point.
And I can always find guns.
Lizzie, let go of my leg!
And just like Han, Lizzie shot first.
Unprovoked.
See, if you shoot first correctly, there is no shooting second.
Exactly! I'm done. Rattle.
Okay.
I was gonna say, Riley, I am 90% sure we're done riffing for now.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Riley. I play Sterling, mostly they. On the arena stage, the proud will revolt, come anew. To the bossmen disparaged, we come for them, and we come for you. I have kind of a mushy fact today, because it might be our last. A long time ago, in a scene far away, we saw Sterling correct an NPC that had misgendered them. I forget where. That was the first time they'd done that in public. Between working in Bennie's meritocracy and hanging out with Max's free spirit, seeing Lizzie's strength of will and Winston's drive to succeed, it started to show them that you don't just have to stew in bad feels all the time.
Aww.
Aw.
Riley, you can have my bonus die.
Big digital group hug before we die.
You know, you all are welcome to share the bonus die. I don't know how many die rolls we're going to have, because I have a lot of consequences for you all that aren't probably going to all resolve in this episode by themselves. Speaking of
I
which...
have no idea what you mean.
Well, I promised you all that I would, as the Blades Daddy, give you a fact about the world during each of my intros. But today's fact is so crucial to the story, I'm just going to let it introduce itself in the narrative proper. So we're going to just, in media res, jump in. I think you'll appreciate it better that way. Last time, the trial seemed like a clear-cut victory to you all when the prosecution was unable to garner any evidence thanks to the successful heist, though Winston was nowhere to be found. An attorney from Tightwad by the name of Silly Ray Byrus told Lizzie about two missing girls from the town. Suspecting it might be Proctor, Lizzie followed Proctor out of the courtroom. He caught her trailing him. She came to blows at Proctor and used her fancy arm cannon to blast him before scuttling back to the courtroom. Meanwhile, back in the courtroom, Bennie was declared innocent, and Gamble announced Bennie would be returning to Lantern Corps, who was covering his pricey bond of 500,000 coin. Max, finding a note from his lucid self, drank a vial of his own blood and spat it in Gamble's face. That's where we left off. Courtroom doors open, and John Proctor walks in clutching his arm, visibly regenerating from where Lizzie blew a whole chunk out of it. He looks at Gamble, who's clutching his face as Max's blood is melting it away like acid. I think the children have been allowed enough fun, he says, and he twists a coupling on his suit wrist, yes. The sprinklers turn on, and everyone in the courtroom is gently doused in water. Okay, apparently no one's worried about that.
We leave. We leave.
You realize something after the few moments you stand there like, is that it? Like, you're all standing there like, he turned on the sprinklers? Was his big plan to get us wet? You all feel a peculiar tingling sensation. Aren't quite sure what to make of it. Except for Max. Max, in the very back of your mind, where the lucid part of you lies, you have this feeling. The lucid part of yourself is screaming, trying desperately, like it's clawing at the back of your mind, trying to let you know, no, this is bad, no. The day you were captured by the vampires and the remainder of your anti-vampire platoon was slaughtered, you felt this very feeling.
How do you like that? That might wash away.
We gotta go.
No, we need to leave. We need to leave right now. Sterling, Lizzie, everybody, need to, orderly fashion, out the door.
And as Max finishes this, the neurotoxin in the water has already finished activating against your skin. You all start to move towards the door, presumably, but you start to slowly collapse asleep.
Bonus fun fact, I'm immune to that specific neurotoxin.
Be weird if you were, because you're not a vampire or a homunculus. If Sterling had ever been homunculus, this would be the big reveal. But no, Sterling is, to the best of my knowledge.
I did take juice. Does that work?
You are not a homunculus. You are just really, really strong. I will say it slows you down slightly slower than it does everybody but Sterling. You and Sterling are slightly more awake for like an extra 1.5 seconds.
Meanwhile, I'm completely unaffected by this neurotoxin. I just want to put that out there.
That's true. Yep, Winston Thoreau, who's nowhere to be found, has no idea this neurotoxin is doing anything.
Doc, save us!
Yeah, so this neurotoxin is super effective on humans, does diddly shit to vampires. And that is the fact of this week. Procter & Gamble laced the sprinklers water in all government buildings they control with neurotoxin, as a way to control the populace should they ever find themselves in actual danger from humans, which they found unlikely, but precautions because of Max. One by one, every human in the courtroom, including you all, collapse unconscious. As you all go down, you hear Proctor's muffled voice saying something, but you can't make heads or tails of it. When you awake, you each find yourselves alone in a dark room about the size of a tool shed. Separate, similar rooms. Through a barred window in the door, you see a jumbotron displaying Nathan and Winston. Winston, you wake up, having been drugged and kidnapped off-screen. You immediately recognize where you are. The Combat Critters Arena in Famous Films, and the television studio run by the famous family here in Paradise. You also realize that while you were unconscious, most of your cool stuff was taken, your sonic screwdriver and notably the vials of Bennie's miracle medicine. I'll go ahead and roll a d6 for just raw luck for me.
Oh, that's a 1.
If you had gotten a good number, you might have found you had one vial they just missed. No, they're all gone. You're like, oh no, they're all gone, all of it.
They even got the ass vial?
Yes. With a 1, they checked your ass vial.
Damn it.
They had to fish that thing out.
They
Took them
also
hours.
found the kilo of cocaine you had shoved up there, apparently.
Woo.
That's a joke. I'm sure Winston does not smoke cocaine anymore.
I have people to do that for me now.
No, that was the one time you got chastised by Bennie for it, so it's fine. Nathan says, Winnie, you're awake. Delightful.
Oh, I'm never drinking Benny's whiskey ever again. Winnie? Are you kidding me right now? What are we doing here? I have places I need to be, Nathan. I don't have time for this.
You realize you are actually chained to the Player 1 podium. You cannot move more than 2 feet from the podium of this holographic battlefield where the game Combat Critters is played.
Combat Critters. You brought me here to play you in Combat Critters.
I mean, that was the plan, but it didn't be more complicated than that, because your friends made a proper mess of that courtroom while you were unconscious. Procter & Gamble actually asked me to execute you all, which honestly was kind of my plan anyway, so win-win for me. But no, I want to give you a sporting chance to live.
So let me get this straight. You dragged me all the way here. You don't even have, a proper hors d'oeuvres setup going. I mean, awful hospitality, by the way. I thought your parents taught you better.
Oh, sorry. He claps his hands twice and Luigi walks in with a plate of hors d'oeuvres for you.
I'm assuming these are drugged in some capacity.
I don't need to drug you. You're already my prisoner.
That's a fair point. Ooh, I like these. And I take 1 or 2 and I pop them in. And the catering here was always wonderful.
Now there's just a TV tray within arm's reach of you that has hors d'oeuvres should you be hungry and need some snacking.
Now explain to me, what on earth do my friends have to do with whatever issue you have with me is?
Well, sir, the first thing I should tell you is that the canopies are fresh, and the charcuterie board is, it is not vegan. Also, I don't have any particular gripes against you and your friends. I just thought that I was supposed to come in and deliver these. I get no thank you. I get paid barely minimum wage here. I get 1 coin a year.
Luigi, I'm very sorry. Thank you very much for your efforts. If I had any money on me right now, it seems that all of my belongings have been withdrawn from my possession. I would tip you. However, once I finish kicking Nathan's skull in with my brand new wingtip shoes, I will make sure to find you on my way out.
In the meantime, Luigi, why don't you go to the therapy for your degenerative back disease that the insurance isn't covering?
Very good, master.
Luigi, come to the hospital on St. Bernard's Day. I'll make sure you're well taken care of. Now, Nathan, what on earth do my friends have to do with whatever problem you have with me?
I mean, they didn't, but then one of them spat acid in Gamble's face and the other one shot Proctor in the arm. So they want you executed? I'm giving you all a sporting chance to live. I could just have them executed if you like, and then we can play combat critters. Would that be better?
Sterling didn't... I know Max and Lizzie were probably the two that you were mentioning in that exact order, but Sterling didn't do anything, so why are they involved in all of this?
That's entirely fair. I'm not going to question the big, super powerful vampires by who they want dead. That's not my job.
Well, you never were any good at your job, so I don't know why you'd start being good at it now.
Says the one that got fired for me to replace them.
So whatever midichlorians you happen to have in your blood are better than mine. Congratulations. Genetics have blessed you. Blessed me in other ways.
I mean, it's a soul thing. I don't even have blood anymore, so.
Oh, that's... what?
I'm an automaton, you moron. You learned that.
Well, you must have some kind of fluid running through you.
I mean, it's like motor oil. It's not blood.
It's a fair point. Okay.
I get a literal oil change. Anyway, what we're going to do is you and I are going to play a high-stakes games of combat critters, just for old time's sake. I took the liberty of procuring your elephant graveyard deck from your home, which is what you got robbed from you a couple days ago. It's there in the booth with you on the podium. If you win, I'll let you and your friends go free. And I'll even give you the contents of Bennie's train locker you wanted so fucking badly.
You do realize you've never beaten me before.
Well, that's the thing. I was trained personally by TJ Maxx to beat you and your elephant graveyard deck. I've gotten pointers from the best combat critter player in the Northwest.
That poser? You mean the guy who cheats against little children?
He's actually very, very good. I don't know what you're talking about. But I'm so confident I'll beat you. I'll even throw this in because I'm planning on bottling all of your souls if I win. I will even let you have the soul fragment powering my body. And he opens his chest and you see the miniature soul bottle. But when I win, I'm going to bottle your souls. And just to make things interesting, because I'm supposed to execute your friends, they each have their own challenge to survive that could kill them.
You're not concerned at all with the fact that I was in possession of like 5/8 of your soul.
No, because I'm going to get the rest back.
You don't want to actually, be made whole and go back and be proper and, united with your own being. You're just content to be a fraction of a man who is barely a man anyway.
Content's a kind of a tough word, Winnie. Here's the thing. If I were to re-merge with those things, I would become part of the largest piece, the original Nathan Soul. I would not maintain my own autonomy. I would need to find a way to absorb its power that would be able to let me continue being my own autonomous being. I want to be the Nathan Prime. All of the Nathans want to be the Nathan Prime. But if we emerge with that big, powerful soul piece, it will turn us into part of that actual Nathan Prime. So I want it so I can figure out how to merge with it, but maintain control. Does that make sense to you?
Not at all.
Fantastic. Anyway, I would ask if you agree to my terms, but you don't have a fucking choice. So let's begin. Above game, this is your next score. It's been unorthodox because you didn't really walk into this score with like a plan or anything resembling an intent. But I'm going to say your approach is technically assault because you're facing the problems head on and probably with violence. The enemy has you in a controlled position, so you aren't exploiting a detail or weakness. And you didn't have an opportunity to leverage any of your resources coming in the situation, so I wasn't just roll 1d6 for raw luck for this entanglement.
I don't get to take a bonus dice because of my expertise at combat critters or the fact that I have beaten Nathan many times before.
Fine. I will let you have one bonus die because technically you are challenging Nathan at something canonically you are better than he is at.
That's a 5 as my highest roll.
All right, fantastic. That gives me an idea of the position you all will be in. For starters, in the Combat Critters game, you will get to go first when the time comes. But first, let's check on everybody else. Sterling, looking around your cell, you see a collection of sporting equipment. Protective pads, hockey sticks, baseball bats, the works. It was a piece of equipment from a commonly played sport in North America between the beginning of the 20th century and the modern-day 21st century. That equipment's probably in here somewhere. You know that only means one thing. Your challenge is Battle Ball. You know you have a minute, maybe 2, to put together the gear you want before you set out on the grind rail.
Okay, I grab... I'm thinking of sports. Football helmet. Hockey goalie shoulder stuff.
Okay, those are pretty good pads.
Soccer shin guards.
Okay.
I have my shoes, my boots.
You do have your boots. If they did not take your boots, a lot of your other stuff is missing if you have other stuff, but they probably just did not realize your boots were anything other than standard grind shoes for the sport they're going to make you do anyway.
Wait, Sterling's beanies?
Sterling's beanies are not a mechanical inventory item. They are part of their clothing.
I'm talking more to their motivation.
No, the Beanie Baby plotline comes later.
Part of who I am at this point. Okay, the other thing I'm looking for is gloves from a sport that existed during the cyberpunk era that are kind of rocket-powered. What are the odds of finding those?
Roll 1d6 for raw luck to see if you can find some rocket gloves.
That's a 4.
With a 4, you find what appears to be rocket gloves that are no longer functional. They are basically just protective gloves. You see the rockets on them. They are clearly burned out and useless.
Perfect. Alright, I put those on and I grab a cricket bat. Should I dual wield? Is that a bad idea?
Up to you.
Nah, I want a free hand.
There's also nothing stopping you from just loading a bunch of them into a golf club bag and finishing your Casey Jones cosplay.
Yes, golf club bag. Yep.
Yeah, so you have... I'm just going to go ahead and say every implement that could be wielded by your hands as a melee weapon that people can think of modern sports, you have like 10 of them at random. A golf club, a cricket bat, baseball bat, whatever.
Okay, I've got the bag on my back.
The ping pong paddle was a choice.
I've got one of those in the bag, and cricket bat in hand. So my other inventory items are gone.
Everything you had that would have been part of your load besides your boots, yes. Is there something else you had special I don't remember?
There is something that I haven't used yet that would be good, but also would make sense to take. My hook shot.
Oh, your hook shot. That is a special thing. Yeah, you can have your hook shot, because I feel like... I forget how we flavored it, but I feel like it was just like a wrist mount thing. They probably would just think it's close. I don't remember all the stuff I gave you. I've given you guys a lot of stuff, and we've been playing for over a year.
It just looks like a cool bracelet.
Woohoo!
Exactly. So yeah, you can have that.
Hell yeah, thank you.
The stuff that's... I was taking away the stuff that's on your load section of your sheet. So if you don't have demolition tools, or brass knuckles, or whatever else is on your sheet that I don't remember.
Yeah, Queenie.
Mother Ducker call.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You do have the Mother Ducker collar, but you get the impression because you're inside a soundproof television studio, it would not work.
That's fair. Okay.
Anyway, you do, as you finish putting together this Casey Jones cosplay, you hear a buzzer and the cell door opens, allowing you to leap down onto the grind rail below.
Hockey mask over the helmet.
Yeah, hockey mask over helmet, perfect. Normally, there would be 4 other players on your team, plus a goalie, while another team of 5 and a goalie faced off against you. Layout-wise of this, what you have is a trio of massive monorail lines that form a circle around a Olympic-sized swimming pool, about 3 stories above the swimming pool. And there are goals on either side of the swimming pool. The goal of Battle Ball for the audience is to, when you circle around to the position where you could shoot the ball at the enemy goal, you're supposed to do so and try and score. Technically, you can shoot from anywhere, but you're only really in a good position to shoot the one time you circle. You can't cycle backwards. You have to keep going the same direction on the track. If you were to fall off the grind rail, you're supposed to play from the water, which without team members would mean basically sporting suicide for Sterling.
I got this.
So Sterling, as you emerge, you see behind you on the grind rails 3 massive monorail trains with buzz saws in the front mounted on them. one piloted by Grace, one piloted by William Sonoma, and one piloted by Judge Morgan. And over a loudspeaker, you hear Morgan taunt you, that labor camp is too good for you. Tonight we take you hoodlums off the streets for good.
What's that sound? Monorail. Monorail.
Hopefully these monorails are built slightly more up to code than that monorail.
Do you believe the track could bend?
We'll find out.
Give me a time.
Sterling, you have 3 objectives. Score goals. Somehow without a goalie, prevent your opponents from scoring goals. And don't get crushed by the death by the monorail trains the buzzsaws on the front. A ball floats down from the ceiling into your possession. With the enemy goal behind you and 3 trains chasing the buzzsaws, what do? You're on the center rail, Judge Morgan is on the rail, Grace is on the inner rail to your right, and Will is on the outer rail to your left.
Okay, so the goal's behind me, which means I have to do a full lap before I can goal.
Before you could arguably goal. If you wanted to shoot now, I would give you -1D because you were in a bad position, especially with those 3 massive trains between you and the goal if you were to shoot behind you.
Alright, first order of business, I want to hop on over to that inner track because it's the inner track and also Grace is the least competent person that has ever existed.
From a strategic standpoint, the inner track is also the shortest track, so that makes sense.
I thought of that. I don't think Sterling did.
I feel like not at a rational level, but canonically having played this game before, Sterling probably knows at a base instinctual level that's true.
What's the stronger instinct, Battle Ball or fuck Grace?
In this particular instance, they happen to align perfectly.
We would have found out if Grace was on the outer track, but as it happens...
I will not make you roll to switch tracks because, as everyone knows, in any grind rail game, the act of switching left and right to tracks is not a thing you have to worry about unless there's some sort of obstacle on the track or a piece of the track is missing. Which, at the moment, neither of those things is the case. All right, you hop over. The trains are in pursuit, and you hear a buzzer. It is time to play.
Enjoy what you're hearing? Rate us on your favorite podcatcher. Reviews on platforms like Apple, Spotify, or Good Pods help new listeners find our content. It's a completely free way to support the show. Thanks for listening.
Republic City, 1 year after the reign of Kuvira. While the Avatar is away, dealing with the fallout of the Earth Kingdom's coup, life goes on in the city's underground.
People are willing to pay, will kill who they want.
Changes abound, including the introduction of the newest Varric Industries innovation, the firearm.
Well, my finest weapon on the market is the Lawman's Friend.
A truant airbender.
World peace is my jam. At least one of my jams. I have several groovy jams.
A gunslinging orphan.
You care so much about everyone in a way that I can't even imagine.
And an imperialist diplomat.
The piercing pistols will turn Republic City into a mere stepping stone on the path to greatness.
Band together to navigate the rising tides of the new world. Join them in Moment of Balance, found wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts.
Lizzie, your cell door opens onto what appears to be a television set for an old western. Ramshackle approximations of old West buildings are sprinkled throughout the area on a grid, and you're emerging from the town hall in the center of town. The ghost of a small child runs up to you in a frenzy. Sheriff Lizzie, we need your help. The Toys R Us kid and his posse taking prisoners are holding them all around town. You gotta stop them.
1, who's the Toys R Us kid? And 2, what prisoners? And why am I a sheriff?
Lizzie has no idea how the role-playing aspect of this works.
Exactly.
I would say, Lizzie, you know the Toys R Us kid is a masked bandit whose identity is unknown. Well known for committing acts of true crime. Not true crime like a podcast, but like actual crime that targets people who... Like, there's like altruistic crime like Lord and Taylor gang or you guys do. This guy's just a fucking criminal. He'll shoot you dead just because. He's your stereotypical, like black hat Western bandit.
Murderino?
But he's also very well known. He's considered one of the fastest guns out here in the Pacific Northwest, faster than even Swift Taylor. And he's got a posse, which you thought he worked alone. But yeah, as for who he's taken, Sheriff Lizzie, they took your ma, your pa, your brother, and your sister. You know, one of them's they're being held in the bank in the north of town, the cemetery south of town, the saloon on the east side of town, and the Pepperidge Farm on the west side of town, respectively.
So, brother's west of town?
East of town, the saloon. So your ma is at the bank, your pa is at the cemetery, your brother's the saloon, and your sister is at Pepperidge Farm.
Okay.
What do you do?
I look at him like, take me toward the saloon. We gotta get Jared out first.
I'm just a little kid. The kid seems completely oblivious to the fact they're also a ghost. I just wanted to warn you, Sheriff Lizzie, I'm gonna go wherever kids go in the Old West now, and they flutter off through a wall because they're a fucking ghost and disappear.
Yeah. Alright. So I head toward the saloon.
Alright. Do me a favor, and as you're heading toward the saloon, roll survey.
Survey? Ooh, I get 3 in that. Oh, man! I rolled 2 1s and a 3.
Yeah, so 2 1s and a 3. Enjoy your experience. You watch as several, like those shooting galleries that are like all the movies that I don't know are real in real life, where like they have cardboard cutouts of innocent people and desperados, and you're supposed to only shoot the ones that are like hostile to you.
Mm-hmm.
A cardboard cutout of what appears to be an innocent schoolgirl eating a lollipop pops out, and you instinctively shoot it, thinking it's one of the desperados.
With what gun?
I did not take all your stuff away, unlike everyone else. You were left with just your pistols and your hand cannon.
So both rifles got taken?
Yes, both rifles are taken. I will say you have reason to suspect the ghost led you to believe that your other stuff might be hidden somewhere on this set, so you can just find weapons like you would do in like a shootout in an old western. So if you want to spend additional time, you could look for your stuff.
I'm in Call of Duty.
Yes. Call of Duty the Old West, otherwise known as Red Dead Redemption. Yeah, so if you were to spend time looking for your other weapons, you could, but there is a clock for the safety of your family that will progress as you're progressing through the city.
For now, just my pistols and heading toward Jared.
Okay. There is going to be a mechanical penalty for you having shot that innocent cardboard cutout, but we're going to circle back to that later. Max, you emerge on a set that appears to be an artificial jungle with lots of plastic foliage. You realize most of your gear, besides your prosthetic limbs, has been removed from your person as well. So you do have your Swiss knifey arm, and I don't think we did anything special to your leg other than when you take it off for gun mode, you still have a peg leg. You have those 2 things.
Yeah, that's what Max has.
I'm not sure you would recognize the program, Max, but the party members might, and I know that you, Justin, do, because we talked about it briefly. Everyone else would recognize this as the set of the children's game show, Stories of the Secret Sanctuary. A game show where contestants try to find a treasure hidden in an ornate church, hidden in a dense jungle through puzzle solving and physical challenge, all being pursued by the secret guards. Before you lies a fork in the path in the dense artificial jungle with 3 choices, left, right, and center. What path do you take?
First, I feel very vulnerable right now. Timothy, Tim, and, TT. Where are my rats?
A ghost of a small child appears and goes, "Oh, Sheriff Max! The secret guards are taking your rats prisoner. They're all being held in the secret sanctuary." That wasn't a thing until you pointed out I took your rats away.
My babies. My poor, innocent little babies. All right, kid. Firstly, get out of the way. Secondly, I've got straight, left, and right. Well, we never go straight, so let's go left.
Okay. The child, having been told to go away, wanders off to yet another television set where presumably Nathan has more prisoners because that's the same child. As you walk through the dense jungle, you hear the rhythmic drum music and rustling of leaves.
Ooh, my jam.
The music is obviously just background music for the set, but you have reason to suspect from the rustling leaves you are being followed or watched.
Very tempted to strip down and give everyone a show. Is this being recorded? Am I being what the kids call punked?
First of all, there's very much cameras on you all, because there is a Jumbotron you can all see on each of your respective areas that shows you what's happening to your friends. You have reason to intuit, yes, you're being recorded somewhere, at least for posterity for your friends. Whether that's going to be televised, you can't tell.
I rolled a 2.
Yeah, with a 2 on your survey roll, you hear the clicking of a camera in the distance, like that old film camera sound. But you have no idea if anyone else is pursuing you for real, or if it's just the camera crew on like one of those crane things.
Max on film. Max on film. All right, let's see. All right, so what do I see around me here? A lot of very flammable foliage. Cameras. What is this?
Well, since you have not described to me the thing you would like to find, you find a stick made of plastic, like all the foliage.
Not much to go on, is it?
The stick is the smallest, dimpiest stick. It's like a wishbone from a turkey-sized stick.
Oh, it's so cute and adorable. Reminds me of Timotei.
You do, following that left path, eventually reach the steps of the secret sanctuary. And there's an absolutely enormous animatronic plastic head crafted to look like it's made out of stone. And it lights up and loudly proclaims, "Maximilian Graves! Welcome to Stories of the Secret Sanctuary. I am Ozempic, the guardian of the Secret Sanctuary. I will guide you through 3 challenges to reach the Secret Sanctuary's sacred sanctum. Are you ready to have the time of your life?"
Me and my new adopted stick, named Timotei, that is Timeothey, Timotei. We are ready and willing. New man god thing. Yes.
All right, so first of all, I'm mildly disappointed you didn't name your stick Stickly.
Well, I can't just go for the low-hanging fruit. I am, a man of class and culture, after all.
Back in the Combat Critters Coliseum, Winston, you watch the Jumbotron following each of your comrades in their respective challenges.
So let me get this straight, Nathan. Not only are you committing an untold number of actionable crimes right now, including corporate espionage and intentional interference with business tactics, because as you well know, I am a CEO, you're recording it for evidence at trial.
I was ordered by the actual acting government to do this. That means I have a license to kill. And he reaches into his wallet and he pulls out a license that says license to kill.
You just made that yourself. Like, it's very...
License is misspelled.
It's not spelled correctly. Your picture's not on it, and it's signed by H.R. Stuff and Puff.
I do have these. Luigi. He claps his hands. Luigi comes and here, present these to Winston. These are copies, so if you destroy them, it won't mean anything. Luigi hobbles over because he has chronic back pain, and probably from carrying his enormous Ghostbusters backpack. By the way, he hands it to you. It is a detailed order of execution from Procter & Gamble with the official Paradise City seal on it. You are officially Public Enemies 1 through 4.
As you can see, sir, I have notarized and signed. If you can sign here, here, initial, date, initial. Sign your full name here.
You're going way too fast. Like, I've just signed the first couple. You need to point out the other places I need to sign.
And draw a picture here.
A picture of what?
Identify the elephant.
You need to draw the cat very carefully. The better you do on the cat, the better it is on the form.
Why do I need to determine the differences and the similarities between these two pictures? I don't understand how is this a legal document?
It's very complicated. Your simpleton mind wouldn't be able to understand. Just go ahead and sign your name on that bottom line. That's the one that matters.
Listen, just sign an X.
Just tell me one thing, Nathan. Tell me I'm at least public enemy number 1.
Roll a d6 for raw luck.
That's a 3.
We got another power rankings.
You are public enemy number 3.
Who is public enemy number 4 then?
Why don't you all roll a d6 for wild luck and see? Actually, Max doesn't have to, because Max is actually the mortal enemy of the rulers. He's automatically number 1. So Lizzie and Sterling, roll to see what number 2
I got a
or
6.
4 are. Lizzie is public enemy number 2.
I got a 2.
Yeah, so that would make Sterling public enemy number 4, which is probably a mistake on...
So the ones who actually caused harm to the big bads.
Yes, because you murdered all of their friends and family, Max.
That does make sense.
Yeah, and?
It makes sense.
And I tried murdering them.
Yeah, but you didn't succeed, so you mostly annoyed them into having you killed.
Yeah, but I tried at least.
Okay, I understand it makes sense. It doesn't mean my ego's not hurt a little bit. Just a little bit. I'm bothered. I'm gonna need to do better next time. Okay.
You need to murder somebody.
Oh, by the way, you do all... One thing they didn't take away from you all was your short-range radios. You can talk to each other.
And that includes my Pip-Boy.
Yes, your Pip-Boy is... Basically, your long-range radio is ingrained in your brain. But yes, you can all talk to each other over your radios through the earpieces that Nathan also didn't bother taking. To be fair, you're also on the Jumbotrons, which in theory have some degree of sound. But yes, you know it's there, yes.
And truthfully, on my way to the saloon, I probably would have been trying to get a hold of people.
Max, hold on to that stick so I can shove it up Nathan's nostril once we're done with this.
But it's the goodest boy. He's done nothing to warrant you to do that to him. He's just a sweet, innocent baby stick.
You can have it back after I ruin his brain cavity.
Oh no, that won't be necessary.
Doc, I do have my pistols.
Speaking of the goodest boy, you all realize Shadow's nowhere to be found. Probably because Shadow wasn't with you all at the courtroom, so... Yeah, normally Shadow is there and we don't acknowledge Shadow. Shadow's expressly not here.
Is Shadow a criminal? I gotta know.
No, because he was outside the courtroom.
You know, actually, you look and Shadow's public enemy number 5.
Oh no!
No, Shadow's public enemy number 3, I'm public enemy number 4, and then Sterling is public enemy number 5.
No, Shadow's on the bottom of your list, and it's just listed as known associate of public enemies 1 through 4. Also wanted for eating too many famous Nathan's hot dogs.
Still legally a good boy.
Now I so want to get a pack of famous Nathan hot dogs and feed to my Shadow.
So we're all in over our heads right now.
Speak for yourself.
I am right now.
How far does my Pip-Boy's radio range go?
Have you expressly tried testing that?
No, but I would at this point.
So it's definitely going through like the thick concrete walls of the studio. You have no idea how close these things actually are. You don't have a way to triangulate that without like some sort of... If you had like gone through the process of like trying to measure its outer range before, you might have a frame of reference here. You don't.
I test it now to see if I can reach all the way to Tightwad with it.
You were never going to be able to reach a Tightwad with it from Paradise now.
Okay.
I thought you were trying to gauge how far away your friends are in relation to you in the TV studio. That was a reasonable distance to try and gauge. There is a 2-hour by hot dog mobile drive to Tightwad. That is a long-ass range for a short-range radio.
Lizzie, call your mother. Call your mother.
I could call my mother, but instead I'll call my brother.
Your family, the hostages, who are definitely able to accept a radio call.
I called Jared, and I'm like, I'm on my way to you. The others have been taken. I need help.
Your brother, who is presumably tied to a chair or something, is unable to respond.
Dang it.
Actually, I'll do you one better. You're a crackle noise. You'll get to hear from your brother over our dead bodies. Lizzie, this voice sounds oddly familiar, and you can't place why.
Damn it.
Would you like to roll to try and place why?
Yes.
It's Swift Taylor.
No, it is a male voice, actually.
Red Bull?
Hard to tell because I am always a male voice. But go ahead and roll survey to try and remember who this voice belongs to.
Ooh, 2 5s and a 6.
You are distinctly sure. You were like, oh shit, that's one of the Ringling brothers? Which, if you don't remember, the Ringling brothers are the family that provides most of the nameless muscle because Ma Ringeling keeps birthing children for the Lord and Taylor gang. Except this definitely isn't the Lord and Taylor gang.
Is it Barnum or Bailey?
Now, Barnum and Bailey are the two you guys expressly killed.
Oh, okay.
Which, by the way, is why they jumped ship from the Lord and Taylor gang to help the Toys R Us kid. I'm gonna get you. Like, oh no, you killed our brothers, Lizzie. Now we're gonna kill your family.
What? Consequences?
Actually, I killed them, and here's the thing. That's how I express myself.
Because I did only shoot at Victor and Taylor.
You're guilty by association. I think that's what the fancy lawyer fellow, the famous Nathan sent to hire us, said. So yeah, no, we're gonna kill your family because the old timer also doesn't have any family we know of. You hear Crackle like, oh no, she does. She's being held hostage on the Secret Sanctuary set, and there's another walkie-talkie like, and you hear Layla go, "Hi Max, thanks for getting me kidnapped."
Layla. Well, aren't you supposed to be on your honeymoon?
Why do you think I didn't have... No, I was just minding my store when some hired goons came, clocked me upside the head, and took me over to wherever the fuck this fancy jungle is.
Speaking as the DM for last episode, Max did run into Layla and her new Amish husband outside the steps of the courthouse.
Oh, that makes this much easier. I didn't know that they were married. Jeez, she was single when I introduced her, and that was like 3 days ago in universe. Okay.
A lot happens in a year, Paul.
Layla's impulsive.
I got the neurotoxin like all you all, and now I'm being held prisoner. So's my husband, apparently. I forgot he was there because I wasn't controlled by Paul last time.
You know Paul?
She's a worshiper of a dark god.
I just come over and I'm like, well, Ringling Brothers, you want to take my family? Fine. I'll take out Ma Ringling, too.
Ma Ringling, by the way, you look at the Jumbotron. Ma Ringling is in the audience section of the Combat Critters watching Nathan and Winston get ready to duel.
She's like a very sweet old lady with her knitting. She looks like, with the big plump cheeks, she looks like in Looney Tunes, you know, the one who's always taking care of Sylvester the cat, like that little old lady.
Oh, I was imagining Ma Beagle from the Beagle Boys is roughly how I envisioned the Ringling Brothers in my head.
Oh yeah, no, that worked. That's much better.
Because Ma Beagle has like 30 children. Including like the one that does close-up magic. I think there's one that's just a fucking mime. There's the big one. There's the little one that's ironically named Big Time. The list goes on.
All right.
You murdered Barnum and Bailey, and all my other circus-named children are gonna get you.
All right, Ozimpic. Give me your worst.
And at that point, we cut back truly to the Combat Critters Coliseum. And Nathan says, to make things interesting, Winnie, how well you do in the game is going to hurt your friends or help them, and how well they do in their challenge is going to hurt or help you in this game. For instance, since Lizzie shot an innocent bystander cardboard cutout, you're going to start with one less life when we actually start playing the game of Perfect Draw.
It's a cardboard cutout. I mean, what harm did she do?
Funny you say that because a replay appears on the screen and it shoots, and as the bullet pierces the head of the cardboard cutout of the child, you feel a painful electrical shock shoot through your chains that are holding you to the podium.
Ah, jeez, I hate you so much.
About that amount of harm.
Oh, what happened? What happened, Winnie?
I got electrocuted. It's fine. A ghost touched my heart the other day, so this isn't as bad as that was.
Luigi goes, actually, sir, electrocution, but the suffix "cution" implies you were killed by electrocution. You were only shocked because you were still alive.
That Luigi fellow is actually correct.
Listen, no one likes someone who's overly pedantic, okay?
I mean, that is the etymology of the word. It has colloquially evolved to just mean getting shocked and it hurting like hell. But yes, the suffix "cution" in etymology does mean death by. So the electrocution means death by electricity.
Interesting. You learn something every day here at Blades.
I don't remember when I learned that. Probably from a TikTok. I don't know.
Isn't everything we do in life a little bit of death? I mean...
So, Winnie, with that, Nathan shuffles his deck and draws his opening hand. Go ahead. Get your opening hand, Winnie.
It's time to draw.
Close.
I reach down to the deck of cards in front of me, and all of a sudden you just see there's this light emanates out from beneath me, and a gust of wind blows my hair up into like this jagged, spiky bouffant that is pointed in all sorts of ways, like an anime protagonist. My eyes grow completely wide, and all of a sudden, the center clip of my tie grows about 15 sizes to be a large eye.
You sure it isn't just you? The center clip of your tie grows and is now holding the Rubik's Cube that I gave Max several episodes ago? Because it's a Millennium Puzzle.
Boo.
Not only does that happen, there's like that glowing whiteness. You actually realize that the spirit bottle of Nathan that on your person is temporarily emptied, and he has entered your soul. You are now possessed by the dual spirit of famous Nathan's original soul. Hi, Winnie, I'm here to help.
Oh, this is strange. I've never felt this before. Hi, Nate. I'm glad to see you again. It's been a long time since we've spoken. Sorry about destroying your prime body and putting your soul into a bottle. Big apologies for that. That being said...
We'll move past that after the life or death situation you found yourself in.
Have you been?
In a tube, unconscious, for the last 5 years, so not great.
Okay, I don't like that at all. Well, I mean, I've been going through it myself, as you can pretty much see, having to deal with all of the horrible aspects of your personality that no one would otherwise want to deal with. Can I just say one thing?
Technically you already have, but sure, you can say another thing.
Sure, yeah. I really, really missed you.
I missed you too, Winnie. You were pretty much the only thing I dreamt about while I was in the weird vial of medical ooze for the last 5 years.
That's both incredibly sweet and a little unnerving. I'm not gonna lie.
And across the way, the Nathan Automaton is just like, are you done talking to my disembodied other me yet? Because I can see him too. I'm a spectrologist too. You trained me.
I trained him, not you.
Yes, but I am him and he is me.
You do understand how this is incredibly confusing for anyone who is not you, right?
Yes.
Now shut up and duel.
It's time to crit.
Blades in Paradise is Paul Kinter as Master of Ceremonies, Justin Langston as Maximilian Graves, Queenie as Lizzie Calhoun, Amel Riley as Sterling Ackred, and myself, Jim Remus, as Dr. Winston Thoreau. Special thanks to Janie Potts for joining us this week as J.G. Wentworth. Dami is our editor, and Allison is our producer. You can directly support this show at patreon.com/bardrockcafe, starting at just $3 a month. We've just updated our Patreon rewards, so now is a perfect time to subscribe. Subscribers can join us on Discord, can come play games with us, and receive access to ad-free episodes and an ever-growing library of bonus content. You can support the podcast for free by sharing us on social media, by word of mouth, or by rating and subscribing on your favorite podcatcher. Lastly, you support us just by listening. Thank you for listening, dear friend.